folks, you already know what it is. You're in the zone with me, Isaiah. Yep, still hairy, still little, got some hair up here. And yes, I am supporting Chase Banks. No, I'm not. That was really stupid plugging. But anyways, folks, yes, let's get on to the real good shit. Guess what it is, folks? Guess what it is? Yep. Netflix Jessica Jones hit yesterday, and I watched every single episode consecutively, like on nonstop. It was crazy too. Like, I had so many things to do on Friday. But anyways, yes, Jessica Jones was another from the Marvel house / Netflix house where they produced another 13 long episodes of a superhero show. It's more darker. It's more like a crime drama, like Daredevil, pretty much a smash hit Daredevil, which was, oh my god, it was in its own right. It's a masterpiece. I won't get to Daredevil because I already said a review on that one. I love that show. But let's go to Jessica Jones because I was surprised. I thought I was gonna be okay with Jessica Jones. Like saying, yeah, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be a good episode or a good show, really. But when the show and the story progressed more and more on, it was like, damn. Because there's a lot of things you don't see coming. I think it's because of Jessica Jones and Kilgrave, aka Purple Man's relationship and battle with one another. And I'm gonna get to that. Let me just get into the show itself. I'm gonna start with the characters. Because the characters, damn, they were actually interesting. And it's really weird too. You got that nosy neighbor, you got the druggy Malcolm. I can't remember the neighbor's name, and I don't really care because she was a bitch. Not the whole goddamn season. But she was kind of funny in a weird way. And Jessica's friend, oh my goodness, Trish, who is played by the lovely Rachel Taylor. And also, fun fact, Trish is actually a comic book name from a comic book character named Hellcat. Yes, that's right, folks. Hellcat, who ironically is well trained in martial arts and hand-to-hand combat, a gymnast, and everything else under the sun. It's like, wow, really? Damn. But actually, she started an Archie comic book, another comic book, but that's in a long story though. But it was really cool though. They had Hellcat. I knew who Trish was when I first saw the character, but she was really cool. She was very energetic. She pretty much was the support system for Jessica Jones. It was pretty much sisters. It was raised up together. So her being there and pretty much helping Jessica Jones through the struggle, I loved her character from start to end. I really loved it so much because she wasn't a character who just pretty much walks away. Or it's like Matt Murdock and his I forgot his name, Freddie, his friend, like two lawyers. They were really great best friends because they went through a lot. Same thing would go with Jessica and Trish. And this is a more interesting story part because she's stuck in the middle, her friend Trish, but she pretty much chose that because she's stuck by Jessica. And how the Purple Man actually screws her over was really cold, but not cold as he does to everyone else. Because his effect of persuasion through his voice and words, it was really good. I mean, really damn good. But I would say Kilgrave for later, really later, because I want to spend some time with that. So with Jessica Jones, I would say it was 2 for later. Anywho, Jerry Hagar, who was played by Trinity, the woman who played Trinity. Yeah, Trinity. She was really interesting too. She was very cold, manipulative, crooked lawyer. And it was so interesting how her story played out. Yes, it was a side story that no one technically had to care for, and that's true. You don't have to care for it. But it was an interesting character arc because she was a despicable woman. Very despicable. And we kind of knew what was going to happen when she met Kilgrave. But the audience and myself did not really see what was going to happen at the end of that tunnel for her own character. It's like, oh, shit. Holy fuck. And the deaths, when certain types of characters does get a little bit emotional at times. For me, it was like this one character named Ruben. He was pretty much he was the brother of the crazy next door neighbor. I forgot her name. Again, I don't care that much about her because she was the weakest link in the show. But that's pretty much unforgiven because that was pretty much her character trope, and so who gave a fuck? Anyways, what was your thought? Oh yeah, Ruben, he was a goofy, dorky, controlled by a sister type of character. And you pretty much want to laugh at him and scoff. But when he came into play with Jessica Jones, I kid you not, it was actually funny. The writing for his character was funny. It was like, why is this funny? This shouldn't be funny, but there's a lot of moments that shouldn't be funny. It's really funny. Like, damn, that's kind of funny because the writing was so clever to trick the viewers. Think that it's all gonna be super super dark, which it was, but they had so many awesome moments to throw in. A lot of interesting humor, crazy dialogue from Malcolm, who was a druggie from the beginning, but at the end he grew into something even bigger. So it was really interesting how his character played out. Like, oh, he's gonna be that junkie black guy, blah blah blah. But what Kilgrave does to him as well, you see, like, damn, I didn't see that coming. It wasn't really, again, it wasn't really traumatic, but it was still cool how Kilgrave has so much power and using it for his own gain, which he does as a comic book too. But in the comic book, it didn't really display his true powers or his true evil nature. I keep on getting Kilgrave for some dumb reason, but damn it, stay on track, Isaiah. Stay on track. Get the characters, story, and just pretty much the element of the show. Anyways, Will Simpson. Say Will Simpson. Okay, who cares about him? I said the same thing too. But he has some really interesting friends called the IGN. It's not really an acronym for nothing. It's a make-believe company. So IGN, I kid you not, that was it, or ING or whatever they call it. Whatever the fuck they call it. I forgot so because it was happened last night. But anyways, I'm rambling now. Will Simpson, his character was really interesting and very covered in mystery until you figure out who he was working for and find out that he's more than just like a sergeant for a police department, but pretty much a crazy steroid juice bang motherfucker. Because that actor does a great job portraying a mentally disturbed but the same notion of person who does care for a few people, which the actor who played Will Simpson was Will Travel. Anyways, and he was really cool. He was a really cool actor because he mixed up the two types of blends, like broken character with very domestic and crazy and maniac type character, like you see in the Vietnam comic books back in Marvel and DC earlier heydays. And so I got pretty much a good representation with a person who comes from war or wherever he comes from and becomes a changed man, you know. And so his alter ego name is Duke. Yes, he is a comic book character, by the way. I didn't know that at all either. So look at Will Simpson's name. Like, okay, is he a comic book character? Oh shit, he is. Oh shit. And the funny thing is that he's a Daredevil villain. So is Purple Man. He's a Daredevil villain as well. But Purple Man has more connections and more powerful story elements with Jessica Jones than Daredevil because he was pretty much brought up there and there. But anyways, the cast and crew. I almost forgot to talk about Luke Cage. Luke Cage was actually really cool. You saw it like a couple 4 or 5 or 6 episodes in the season. It was really good. It was really cool. I liked it a lot. And I'm trying to thought now. Oh yes, and he was a character that had his support for Jessica Jones. He saw a really interesting love relationship that they have, but the same notion. It was a big secret that Jessica was hiding from him. I won't spoil it because it's very, very good and interesting. But the same notion, it plays a really important plays a part why Luke Cage is so liked and beloved by all comic readers because he's a person who does have heart. He's a person that pretty much relates to someone's own problems. He relates and understands a person's problem much faster than any comic book hero ever. And so he's been through the rough times. He's been through this and that. And he already has his powers in the show, by the way. But it was very, very good how it all works out. And his power, how he displays them, was kind of funny. It was like, damn, that's kind of funny, really, really funny. But when you see his powers used against, pretty much used against his friends, you can see that's pretty much a bitter struggle within the mind for Luke Cage. And Luke Cage is not mind resistant. He isn't mind control resistant at all. Most of these characters are not, except for Jessica Jones, which I won't spoil why she's that reason. But again, all the characters all connect. Every single part of a side character connects to the main arc, which I love about these supporting characters. they were all connected to the main arc of the show. And I pretty much said, damn. Even the most nosiest neighbors can be one of the most compelling side characters out of nowhere. And trust me, when we get to episode 8, at the ending of it, it was like, oh my god, look out! And I can't tell you what happened, but it was crazy as hell. And that's what's really cool about some of the episodes in Jessica Jones. The ending will always keep you wanting more and more and more. Because the ending, I mean, the beginning does start off a little ruggish. It really does start off ruggish. But when it starts going and non-stop. And then the ending gives you really much a nice teaser to see the next episode, which I really love that much because the supporting characters support the story, which is, I love that very much with all types of genres. If your supporting characters support your story, they're going to become more likable and make the show more memorable, which it was. And like some of these characters won't return, but Luke Cage, you know he's gonna return regardless because he has his own show. I really cannot wait for that show. I really can't because the actor who plays Luke Cage. Let me go to here over here. Oh yeah, Mike Cutler. Hope I said his name. Hope I said his last name right. But like he was really cool, and I liked his acting. He was a really strong actor. He was on par with Jessica Jones. He was on par with a lot of third party support characters, and without him, Jessica Jones won't be the hero that she always dreamed to be in a more notion way because she didn't really choose. Well, she chose his life but wants to get out of it, but for odd reasons, it keeps coming back to her. But now this is a good segue into Jessica Jones' character, which I love very, very much because how this show works, this angle between showing flashbacks and present day, bravo. Because you have Jessica Jones pretty much looking, it's a flashback by the way, looking through her childhood memories while she's still standing there and she's walking around all the memories of her life. And how it's played out is so smooth, it's so crisp that you pretty much want to be engulfed in more what happened in her younger days of Jessica Jones. And it pretty much follows the comic book of how she got powers. But beyond there, the writers and the show's runners pretty much changed up a lot more elements to make her character more compelling. And which is very good, which is very, very good. You can't pretty much match everything up with the comic books because it's impossible. But here, they match the key elements of what makes Jessica Jones, Jessica Jones. And she is really funny. She's witty, she's funny, she's clever, she's very smart, by the way. She can pretty much think on her feet really fast. That's what I liked about her character. She can think on her toes, like Black Widow or May or Daisy, and the case goes on. I love it when female characters think on the fly and come with some really crazy and really cool elements to stop X, Y, and Z. And so her plan to pretty much bring down Kilgrave, it was actually interesting and pretty much failed ideas, but you get to see those ideas fail over and over, but she never gave up. She never gave up because she never would give up because she was living in hell thanks to Kilgrave's powers. And in the comic books, I have to pretty much state this very, very closely. He never touched her whatsoever in the comic books, but he made her watch while he had sex with other women under his own powers, too, by the way. So, in that notion, I'm okay with that they changed it from he did rape her. But the same notion, it shows you that changing some elements of the show to fit like a more broader audience with a compelling story can be very much used. When you tell like a rape subject or a topic within the show, you have to make sure that the characters and the writing is very strong, which it is. This is very strong writing. And when she's on screen with Kilgrave, they eat up scenery so much because the chemistry, the energy, bouncing back off one another. It was like watching Joker and the Batman fight each other. But that is a woman, but that's another long story too. But it's so damn good. The writing is just really, really, really good. And having her best friend Trish, or her much sister really, all along for the ride made the show even more worth watching. And Trish's mom and Jessica Jones' stepmom, really, adopted mother, she's had a big secret too. And you learn more dark secrets and why Trish doesn't like to be saved by people. And it's a really good statement, though. It's really, really good. I hope she becomes more of a superhero like in the comics, like Hellcat. That would be kind of cool, too. And Again, this show drops off a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of comic book Easter eggs, which is so awesome. They already name drop, but they pretty much showcased some characters, some this and that. They also mentioned a lot about the Avengers, the first movie, the Hulk, and time goes on. But sorry, let me go back to Jessica Jones. So back to Jessica Jones. She is a distraught and broken woman. But however, she's trying to get back her life. She's trying to get back what Kilgrave stole from her. You know, trying to make a difference, saving people's lives. Because she's a softie for saving lives, which is true. And she might be all hard and bitter and pretty much a bitch to a lot of people. She still wants to save people's lives. And I don't know how to explain this, but how to use Kilgrave's powers as a person who, as a case of sexual violence or abuse, whatever case it may be, they did that in the most keen and unique way that wasn't offensive, but the same notion. It told an interesting story by giving a message about people who do use kindness or who do use this and that against you, and you can't really escape. You know what I mean? And so she has to pretty much stay one step ahead of Kilgrave. She knows he's smart. He knows he has spies all over the place because of his voice. But the one thing she must keep in notion that people around her are pretty much in danger if he's still around. And plus, she tried to make him good, but that was a big failure. In the most weird way ever, but it was kind of like, you can't. You just can't make evil turn good like him. You can't. And she discovered that so easily well, and how she displays that emotion, the character, her facial expression is just spot on. And her love for Luke Cage was genuine. It was very unique. Well, not really unique, but it's very genuine. It's very sincere due to what she did to her lovers. Well, love interest, but like that. I can't tell you. But anyways, again, these are about a lot of Easter eggs for Jessica Jones. They show off her comic book costume, which was funny. She would never be called Jewel, which was her alter ego in the comic books at the time, because it was a stripper's name and this and that. And yeah, it was kind of a stupid name at first. Well, it is stupid. So it's just pretty much like with Jessica Jones, which was really cool, or Alias, which is from the old show, which happened on Fox, but whatever. So they mixed the Jessica Jones, which came from a TV show, and the comic book version of Jessica Jones, and put them all together. Sprinkle a little Netflix goodness on it, and you guys have a good, wholesome pie of Jessica Jones goodness. Anyways, Jessica Jones, again, she's a strong female character. And I do want to see more of her episodes, or more that she makes cameo appearances in other people's shows. That would be super cool. Or like Luke Cage. Like, what would she do? Like, it was role reversal. That Luke Cage needed help. Well, she needs help from Luke Cage throughout the story arc itself in Luke Cage, but that's another long story that I don't really get into right now because that's kind of be a long episode. Anyways, again, Rachel. Let me make sure I say her name right too. Oh, Christian Ritter. Christian Ritter. I didn't have that much hope in her acting ability. I think because my expectations are very low since I watched this. I'm pretty confident if they do make a second season of Jessica Jones, I will watch it all the way again. Same thing with Daredevil. It was just amazing, just purely amazing. Her acting was on point. It really was. And lastly, but not so least, Kilgrave, aka Purple Man, who was played by the awesome Doctor, or pretty much David Tennant, Kilgrave. I love his character. No one he's a complete and utter bastard and monster and everything else. How his origin story for how he got his powers, it was changed a lot within the comic. It changed a lot from the comic books, which was a good thing because how he got his powers is kind of stupid. But the same notion, how he got his powers from his parent. Well, I can't say it now. I almost said it, but screw it, I'm gonna say it anyways. He got his powers from his parents, who were scientists who was trying to cure him. You know how that goes. But when you see the video, when you see like all those types of experiments that they did on him, you can't help but feel sorry for the guy. But when you try to feel sorry for the guy, you have to remember he's a master of lies and deceit. He's good at persuasion. And when he uses powers on people, when he tries to escape, it was kind of badass. And his powers, in fact, it works by word, is very potent. It's due by chemicals. He's a virus. And I guarantee you, he will be back. He will be back. I tell you that now, because you can't let that type of character go for so long, because he was so interesting. He was good. He was like, how can you make a pretty much a C-list villain to an interesting character? Say like Kingpin, Loki, and maybe Thanos. And here you do. You make that character funny, witty, but at the same notion, a monster. He comes up with the craziest one-liners and just becomes off as a dick, which he is. But David does a great job of us liking the character for the wrong reasons and for the right reasons. Because we can feel sorry for him, but we like him because he's a good villain. And he has simple desires. Early start, but he has a more complex desires. And his ending on how the season ended was actually really good, because you can't keep that kind of person around much longer. They're just too damn dangerous. And with that notion, it's somewhat like, how do I put it like this? Kilgrave is a glue that holds everything together. Because since his powers pretty much bring ruins and destruction between people's lives, because when he uses powers, you can feel that you're doing something. You know you're full awareness of what you're doing, but you have no control. You have no free will of getting all his powers. But the only reason you can actually beat Kilgrave is because you guys have strong willpower. That's the one thing the show did not bring up, sad to say, about willpower, because they mentioned willpower when he was under the knife, Kilgrave that is, but Jessica Jones knew how to stop him. She had to trick him, of course. Of course, because he's just too damn smart. So she did the next best thing. Pretty much played along with his own powers, knowing the fact she has strong willpower. If you have strong willpower, you're good. You're 100% good. This is why he can't control Doctor Doom, Kingpin, or Daredevil. Why Daredevil? He's not deaf. Right, he's blind. But in the comic books as well, the only reason Daredevil is not under the influence of Purple Man is this. Since because he can't see him, he has no proof. The effect of his voice doesn't work that much at all. And how Jessica Jones got out of her way to pretty much stop him from talking, or pretty much has a facility that make sure he doesn't speak to anyone, was very smart. It was very cool. It was very clever. I loved it so much. Tortured the motherfucker too. But when he was getting tortured, David again still get a really good emotional expression of pain and deceit and everything else. But at the same notion, he can still play as a very much of a full-time liar villain. So I loved it so much. And his powers come up with like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. So it comes up with more and more and more interesting moments you have with the show. You see Kilgrave doing this and that, playing with Jessica's life and others. And you just want Jessica Jones to kick his fucking ass so hard. And you do. And the story, I'm not gonna get to the story. So we're moving on to the story. The story itself is a thriller. Unlike a crime thriller, like how Daredevil was, this is like a horror, or not horror, but thriller. It's just pretty much a straight up, well-told thriller show, because you have a boogeyman known as Kilgrave, or pretty much the devil, who is Kilgrave. You see so much destruction with one word he says to anyone else. So it just blows my mind how you can weave that type of person's power as a main arc or anchor to hold things down of his powers, and hold down the show itself with a very strong and charismatic lead, with also great and supporting characters, because everyone has a chance to shine, even a nosy, batshit crazy neighbor. But at the same notion, Malcolm has a great time to shine as well. And you see all these motherfuckers trying to bring him down. It's like, stop, just stop. And yes, Malcolm does look like the Weeknd, minus the part he's actually is a cool person, not the Weeknd. Talking about the guy who plays Malcolm, who is, give me a second. Oh my God, his name's crazy. Let me see if I can. Ika's DeVarley, whatever. He was a really cool actor, and his relationship with Jessica Jones is like a brother and sister type relationship. but he keep pushing her up. When she saved his life, she always kept pushing him to keep going. You can beat these, you can beat drug addiction. When she was pretty much low and out, and Luke Cage was pretty much not around, Malcolm will always chime in and knew this for her, and that means a lot for her. And so when Malcolm was talking to the night nurse, yes, the night nurse, the same night nurse from Daredevil, talk about how these superhero people, yes, they have a lot of power in the world, but they still respect people who are policemen, nurses, doctors, social workers, things like that, good people like that, because it helps them connect more with the society or the community, which they help. Excuse me. Sorry about the yell of that one. Yawn, not yell. Anyways, since you have so much, it's like a redemption thriller. It's really good too. It's very, very good. However, don't forget there are some plot holes and some things don't get answered. Go into next season. It was kind of a pain in the ass, but the same way, it worked into her advantage because they got so many interesting weaving stories that can always come back to make a big arc. It's like, damn. And so that was very, very interesting. And the scenery and the scoring, everything else behind it, it was gritty, it was muddy, it was foul and everything else. But in the same notion, that's why I love the show. I love the show because it's foul, it's gritty, it's everything else, but it plays on real life actions. Like say a person rapes someone or abducts someone or things like that nature. It relates. It pretty much mirrors like today's world. We have evil people who have a nice face and kind words, but can trick you in a heartbeat for their own gain. So, yeah. Can't really much say because my reviews being a little bit like structured down because I can't spoil everything beyond it because it's so damn good. I want you to watch it yourself, just like Daredevil. I didn't spoil that much for Daredevil because I couldn't because it was just too damn good. Same things over Luke Cage and Irons when they come out. So, for all that said, Jessica Jones gets a pretty much a must-watch rating because you have so much fun watching and discovering the secrets within Jessica Jones of her powers and Kilgrave and her supporting characters, Trish and everyone else. You just can't get enough of the fucking show. You have to watch it all in one sitting, which I did, and you just love the show. You just will. And then also, folks, if you're not checking out the Daredevil review, it might be down below in the description. Maybe. Maybe. Yes, I'm yawning because I might be lying. Maybe. But anyways, folks, I'm going to get the hell out of here and play more Fallout 4 and enjoy my day. And as always, folks, do keep it locked, loaded, and very warm for me because I'll be back.